Hey, all you Joker fans. I know that most of the internet has already commented their thoughts on the Cruella trailer that was released by Disney today. And this is a movie that I personally don't see why it's happening. I don't get who who is this for? You know, first of all, who is this for? Who are they making Cruella for? I don't get it. I don't understand what is Disney's marketing team just saying? What are they? Is it like, are they trying to create this villain universe, kind of like how Universal was trying to create that Universal Monster universe? I don't like. Somebody, please explain to me in English, my preferred language. Just explain to me, what is the thought process behind making these villain origin stories? Now, I get it, because we get to recontextualize these villains and give them some background and maybe make us empathize for them, maybe make us feel a little bit more connected to them. Because in the Disney films, the original ones, they are sort of two-dimensional, they're sort of just evil for the sake of being evil. For example, Cruella is a cruel, wicked woman who just wants to skin puppies for a fur coat, and it's like, yeah, that's an extreme, but what do we know about her? Pretty much nothing. So I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to branch off of properties that they've already created, that they know that there is a solid fan base behind, and they're trying to rally up a new interest in those properties. Because maybe my theory is because Disney Plus as a service right now is sort of riding on the success of The Mandalorian and also the new WandaVision series, which is actually getting mixed reviews. A lot of people fell off because of the first 2 episodes, which I understand why, but I personally really like the show so far. But it's because I have a vested interest in the MCU. So because they're kind of dwindling in terms of what they're actually putting out, and because of their original movies aren't as popular and people aren't even talking about them. I mean, for example, that Bryan Cranston movie about the gorilla, I don't think anyone talked about that. So I understand why they're trying to create new interest for their properties, because it's saying, hey, we have 101 Dalmatians, we have 102 Dalmatians, I think. But overall, my interest in seeing these villain origin stories is very low. I watched Maleficent, I enjoyed it, I thought it was fine, but did it need to be made? Not at all. Did I need a recontextualization of Maleficent? Did I need to understand Sleeping Beauty on that deep of a level? No, I did not. But maybe someone did, and so I get why they're doing this. But I don't like it. I honestly watched this trailer already and I had a lot of feelings about it, a lot of thoughts about it. So I wanted to get into that more than just the overall reaction of this movie, because it's not like it's like the new, I don't know, Spider-Man trailer or anything like that. It's not like a noteworthy movie that people are going to be talking about. But because it borrows so much influence from what I feel is Todd Phillips, I can't help but just talk about it, because there's just so much about this stylistically that intrigues me. So let's play the trailer, let's get into it. You are probably done with me talking. So, alright, I'm gonna press play.
From the very beginning, I realized I saw the world differently than everyone else.
Okay. From the get-go,
well,
it feels like Joker.
But I wasn't for everyone. I guess they were always scared that I'd be...
Come on. You know what you're doing, Disney.
But a new day brings new opportunities. And I was ready to make a statement.
This feels kind of like an eyes wide shut kind of party.
How does the saying go?
I admit I like that part. That was pretty fun.
Hear me roar.
Come on.
I'm just getting started, darling. The thing is, I was born brilliant, born bad, and a little bit mad. I'm Cruella.
Okay. I am going to be very frank with you guys and very honest, but first I need to have another drink. Truly, not strawberry. Oh my god, it's very hitting me. Blueberry acai, very good flavor, but only second to wild berry. No, I didn't drink two of these. I just brought the can over because I wanted to show you guys my favorite flavors. Anyways, guys. Okay. I know what you're probably thinking after I'm going to say this, but I am legitimately intrigued by this trailer. I'm actually intrigued by this movie. This was a movie I didn't want. Okay? When Disney announced that they were making a Cruella movie, I was not on board. I was also not on board when they released that promotional image of Emma Stone as Cruella. I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but it looks like a Vogue ad, but maybe they're going for a different stylistic approach. But I was expecting that Disney live action filter, if you know what I mean, where everything feels really glossy, where everything feels too sharp, too clean, just like the Cinderella movie or just like Maleficent. Even though it's supposed to be grittier or more realistic, it still feels sort of false and fake, and the costumes always feel like they're just too prim and clean. But this movie felt very actually gritty. It actually felt real, and not that Disney was asking their producers or anything like that to make something gritty, make something more dark and grimy with those other movies. But this one, I feel, is stylistically very different from what those other Disney movies have tried to do. And I think that's interesting. But I think this movie came at a time where Joker is so fresh in our minds, we cannot help but make that connection. I just know that on the cutting room floor for making this trailer, someone had come across in their mind the Joker trailer. There was just no way. The little music stings at the beginning of the trailer, the grittiness, the self-reflection in that grimy bathroom, that one beautiful shot, and the lighting and just the dimness of this movie and just the color grading just all feels like it's Joker. Voiceover and everything like that just feels like it's alluding to that trailer, and that's why I had to say that this feels more like a parody of Joker. And I don't know if this is Disney's FU to DC or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it feels so directly like that. It doesn't feel like a movie. It feels like a parody trailer. But do I think that just because it looks like a parody trailer that it looks visually bad? No, I think visually this looks fantastic. I think this is Disney's most visually interesting looking movie. And I think it's something that I wish if they wanted to dip into origin stories, then do this. Or if they wanted to make live action stories with original storylines, not tied to any original property from Disney, then go with a look like this. Make some serious movies, Disney. I know that Disney is supposed to be kid-friendly, but if you want to make kid-friendly stories, but make people take it more seriously, like I think Remember the Titans was a Disney property at one point. There's a bunch of Disney produced live action films that don't look like this. I mean, they feel very Disney, and I think if they go in a direction where they use this stylistic approach, I think more people would be interested and take Disney movies a little bit more seriously. Disney has always had a way to appeal to young audiences and adults, and I think if they go with this sort of approach, it's a good idea. That all being said, all the praise I give to the style and the look of this movie, I will say I don't feel any more convinced that this should be a movie. I think deep down in my heart that this would be a great movie if it weren't tied to 101 Dalmatians. However, I will bite my tongue if I find out that this movie is good, but just based off the track record alone, you've seen that Maleficent, while being somewhat popular, wasn't exactly a great movie. It was fine for what it had to do, but honestly, it's so forgettable. I don't even remember half the things that happened in that movie. And let's not even talk about Snow White and the Huntsman or whatever. And Cinderella was fine, but it's just like we have the originals for a reason. Recently, I feel like Disney has sort of been talking down to the adult audience that grew up with the original movies. The reason I say that is because I feel that these original movies, if they really wanted to honor them, they would leave them as they are instead of trying to remake them. The reason I say that is because I feel that Disney is taking the easy route. What they're doing is they're taking original properties that they own and remaking them and putting a glossy filter over it and putting real people into it. And they're saying to the adult audience that grew up with these movies, hey, I know you're too old for cartoons, But how about this one with real people that you actually know, that you recognize their names, and yeah, let's see how it goes. I hope you like it. And I feel like that's the thing that makes those things classic. It helps us reach back into a time when we felt that things were a little bit more two-dimensional, that there was good, evil, and no in between. Now, do we believe that now? Do we carry that belief? It's very hard to say, because even today, you would feel like there is a certain good and bad that they try to push in the media. But whatever, this isn't a video about that. What I'm saying is that they aren't trusting us, the audience, to be able to expect new original content from them. Or maybe they're just creatively bankrupt, but I would like to think that Disney is still pushing out original content and still thinking of new ideas. It's just they know that these properties being remade will garner some interest. And if you look at the numbers for Beauty and the Beast, then you'll understand why, and especially for The Lion King, which is atrocious, by the way. I hated that movie. Not the original Lion King, the new Lion. See what it's doing to me? It's ruining my brain. So overall, Cruella feels like a different approach. They're taking a villain's origin in the story, and they're making it at least visually appealing. For this movie, they cast Emma Stone, who I personally think is a fantastic actress, and honestly, I don't know if she can replace Glenn Close in the original 101 Dalmatians, but I don't think that's the point of this. We get the origin, I guess, of her little henchman, and we get to see the iconic car and things like that. But I feel like this movie is taking a very different approach in trying to tell that origin story and trying to make it a little darker and grittier. And do I think they'll pull it off? I don't know, honestly, but I like how it looks. And honestly, for me, visual appeal is a really big factor for me even getting into the seat, or I guess in this case, in front of a screen, because we can't really be seated at a theater anymore, sadly. So will I watch it? I think so. I think absolutely I will watch it, and only because there are great actors in this. We have Emma Thompson, we have Emma Stone, we have Paul Walter Hauser, I think, was in there, and I don't know. We have dogs. So that's pretty much all you need to get me into a seat. Damn it, I said seat again. In front of a screen. But do I think it's going to be a great movie? Probably not. But do I admire them for taking a chance with something that feels thematically more dark? Yeah, I do. And I know Deadpool is coming over to Marvel, which is owned by Disney, so yes, we are going to get much darker, not maybe darker, but a lot more adult. They're probably saying with this movie, hey, just to let you guys know, we're starting to go into a little bit more adult territory, not like adult territory, but we're making things a little bit more appealing for an older audience. But yes, my big gripe is that it's taking a character from an original property that most people love. 101 Dalmatians isn't most people's favorite Disney movie, but it's one that I grew up with and I really adored. I don't think it would crack my top 10 Disney movies, but it's definitely a movie that I found appealing. I just wanted to say personally that I don't find this trailer off-putting. I am going to watch it. I don't think it should exist, but maybe it'll justify its existence when we actually see it. So I say, hey, at least we'll get a visual treat. And if you guys are big fans of Joker, maybe you'll like this. But I don't know, guys. I just wanted to talk about this personally because it felt like it was a parody trailer for Cruella. And I think that if SNL produced this movie, it would make it so much funnier. So anyways, guys, I am sort of looking forward to Cruella for all the wrong reasons. What about you guys? I want to see how good or bad it's going to be. I am looking forward to this. It feels different at least. So guys, if you are not subscribed, hit subscribe or whatever and like blah 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 blah. Anyways guys, as always, I will see you later.